On a quiet spring morning, 33-year-old mother for Nikki McGowan vanished without a trace. At first, friends hoped she had simply gone off to clear her head. But when her car was found abandoned, reeking of decay, with bloodstains hidden beneath a crumpled sheet, the story shifted from mystery to horror. Her husband, Tyler, claimed she left willingly. Yet investigators soon uncovered chilling contradictions, strange behavior, and DNA evidence that pointed in his direction. Why was he seen discarding items along a country road? Why did he burn her ID card? And most haunting of all, where is Nikki's body? Tonight, we dig into the lies, the mounting evidence, and a desperate search for answers in a case that has shaken a community and left a family shattered. Nikki McGowan's disappearance is a story that gripped her California community and soon spread across the nation. What began as a missing persons report spiraled into a suspected murder investigation, with her husband, Tyler, standing at the center of suspicion. On May 18, 2024, Nikki was last seen alive. That morning, her phone pinged from inside the couple's home. It was the last digital trace of her existence. For long days later, her family, overcome with worry, filed a missing persons report. Nikki was a devoted mother who had never gone more than a day without contacting her children. For her to vanish without explanation was unthinkable. The initial investigation immediately turned toward Tyler. As the husband, he was naturally a person of interest, but it wasn't just his proximity to Nikki that raised red flags. It was his stories. When questioned, Tyler's account shifted in strange and troubling ways. At first, he claimed Nikki had been attacked by another woman. Then he pivoted, suggesting Nikki had been having an affair and might have run off to start a new life. Investigators quickly realized these weren't the words of a man frantically searching for his missing wife. They were the words of someone trying to control the narrative. And as officers pushed harder, cracks in Tyler's explanations widened. Then came a discovery that changed everything. On May 25th, Nikki's Chevy Avalanche was found abandoned. When police opened the doors, they were hit by the unmistakable stench of decomposition. Inside, they discovered a white sheet stained with blood. Laboratory tests later confirmed the blood belonged to Nikki. Even more incriminating, Tyler's DNA was also found on the sheet. It was no longer just a missing persons case. Authorities now suspected foul play. Working alongside the FBI, police secured a search warrant for Tyler and Nikki's home. As they combed through evidence, neighbors began coming forward with chilling reports. Tyler had been seen throwing objects from his car window, as if discarding incriminating items. He was also spotted holding Nikki's partially burned identification card, an odd, haunting act that suggested he was trying to erase her presence. For the community, once clinging to the hope Nikki might be found alive, the grim reality was setting in. Candlelight vigils were held in her honor, with family and friends holding signs and wearing shirts that read "Justice for Nikki." Her loved ones shared stories of a devoted mother, a woman full of laughter and compassion, someone who had endured years of turbulence but never stopped caring for her family. Police dug into the couple's history and uncovered troubling patterns. Reports of domestic disputes had surfaced before. There were whispers of escalating tension, arguments that seemed to grow more violent with time. For investigators, these reports painted a chilling backdrop to Nikki's disappearance. Meanwhile, Tyler's behavior became increasingly erratic. He was defensive with police, hostile toward reporters, and inconsistent in his statements. At one point, he even suggested Nikki was hiding to get back at him, a claim that investigators found both implausible and disturbing. As the legal process unfolded, Tyler pleaded not guilty to the charges against him. His attorneys fought aggressively, filing motions to suppress evidence and to limit media access, arguing that the coverage was creating bias and undermining his right to a fair trial. Judges denied most of these efforts, recognizing that the public had a vested interest in following the case. For Nikki's 4 children, the ordeal has been unbearable. They are now navigating life without their mother, while watching a man accused of killing her continue to deny involvement. The family has vowed not to rest until Nikki's story is fully told, pressing for accountability and refusing to let her case fade into silence. Yet, for all the evidence collected, the blood, the DNA, the burned identification, there is still one haunting gap in the story. Nikki's body has never been found. That absence leaves room for questions that torment her family and captivate the public. What exactly happened on the morning of May 18th? Did Nikki try to leave Tyler, sparking a violent confrontation? Could she have confided in someone about plans to escape her marriage? Was Tyler working alone? Or did someone help him cover his tracks? And perhaps most haunting of all, where is Nikki now? Without her remains, closure remains elusive. Investigators continue to comb through leads, analyzing tips and searching for overlooked evidence. Each development brings new hope, but also new pain. For Nikki's family, justice means not only seeing Tyler held accountable, but also finding the truth of what happened to their loved one. The story of Nikki's disappearance is more than a true crime case. It's a tragedy that speaks to the dangers of domestic violence, the fragility of trust, and the desperate need for justice. As the case moves forward, the community watches, waiting for answers, and holding on to the hope that someday, Nikki's voice will be heard once more, even if only through the pursuit of justice on her behalf. For now, the questions remain. And until those questions are answered, the shadow of Nikki's disappearance will loom over her family, her community, and the ongoing search for truth.